Hey guys, welcome back to Mummy Cooks Homemade. It's actually uploaded this week. Yoo-hoo! So, what was that? Oh, risotto. Oh dear, can't remember what we've had. Yeah. Was it risotto? No, I can't remember. That's bad, isn't it, when I can't remember what I had. So I've got rabbit food, some baby potatoes, and some of them melt in the middle fish cakes. That was risotto. So I'm trying to think what the other one was now. That was risotto. That was the dish I cooked in the week, yeah. Jambalaya. Woohoo! Remembered, sorry guys. Jambalaya was the first one. And there is a recipe out for that. Then we've got fish and chips from the chippy. This day was a busy day. Old freezers and other things moved out the house. New ones moved in. Yeah, it was one of them days. So we actually went to the chip shop for a change. And fish and chips. And then the next day was, as you can see, tuna mayo and salad baguettes. Then it was homemade egg fried rice, homemade curry, the Mayflower, and I marinated a pork tenderloin. So the pork tenderloin was on the Saturday. Kids are out all day at Girls Brigade for a day trip. It was my birthday Saturday, so I think the kids were hoping I'd pick takeaway, but no, we'd already had chips in the week, so no. They were gutted when they got back, but I did make them some mini birthday cakes to eat, individual ones, just to make them happy, you know. Not that it was their birthday, but just to make the kids happy. So yeah. So that was great. So we're now on Sunday and we're having a pork loin roast. It's the weather in our end of the country on the East Coast is still nice and cool. So while it's cool, I will do a roast dinner. But you know me, once that weather heats up, there's no more roast dinners. It's just absolutely too hot. When it gets into proper summer, our house holds at about 30 degrees. It's ridiculous. So there's no way I'm cooking as well. Not that type of meal anyway. I've done my tender stem. I've got no help this Sunday. The kids never even offered. How bad's that? I've done some white cabbage. Just used up the cabbage I had left over. I've just done some parsnips there for Steve. They're going to be roasted. I'm still waiting for my other veg. Steve had to go to the shop because I didn't have no carrots. So I thought, well, while I'm waiting, I'll get some stuffing done. Now I didn't have my usual pork and apple sausages, so I used 4 Lincolnshire, obviously casings removed, and added a couple of tablespoons of Bramley apple sauce. It was just as good. So these sprouts are not the best. Obviously, as you can see, they're covered in ice, but I'm still using them up. They'll still get eaten. You can see there what I meant by the stuffing. Just chucking in what's left out of that jar. Little did I know I don't have another jar, so they couldn't have it with the dinner. Oh dear. Never mind. So yeah, we've got some Brussels in the steamer with the carrots now and the corn on the cob. Obviously one for the dog. She ate all her veg yesterday. And then she comes through with that blooming corn on the cob into the living room. And I'm thinking to myself, What's that that keeps tapping at my foot? It's dog using my foot to roll a corn or the cob round so she can get all the blooming corn off. Sheesh. Anyway, get all the vegetables like a good girl. She missed her Sunday dinner because she didn't get it the week before because it was fish pie. And I don't give her that because I use garlic and that in the sauce. I mean, I give her the odd prawn out of it, you know, but... So she missed it. She was gutted. So she was hovering all day in the kitchen, bless her. Waiting for this dinner. Couldn't find where she was. Come into the kitchen to check on me, and there she is laid in the middle of the floor. Expectantly, waiting all day. So I've mixed all the pork meat and applesauce through the stuffing, which is obviously cold, and just roll it into bowls. There was literally just one little tiny bowl left. The rest got eaten. Obviously the dog don't get this because it's got sage and onion and everything in the stuffing, so no, she don't get this. She gets like the meat, mashed potatoes and the veggies all chopped up. So the cakes, the mini cakes that I made, I cut them out of the ones that I cooked. And I thought to myself, I'm not chucking all this cake that's left over, the off-cut sort of thing. And I thought, what can I do with it? I wonder if I could use it for Sunday dinner. So I thought, mix it all up and add some butter. Which is what I do here. And then I put it into a smaller square pan. To get it a good mix up like you would if it was biscuit crumbs. So it was a real nice, soft, fluffy cake. And I'm not making stuff just to waste it, so yeah. I thought, what can I make that's not too involved, because I am struggling at the minute. Because I fell again. I am absolutely fine, guys. Don't worry about it. Well, I'm not fine, but you know what I mean. So I mixed it with some butter, and I'm going to press it into this tin. It was a really nice rich chocolate cake. I made like little miniature Victoria sponges. I just used a glass and cut out some individual circles out of some baked cake. And I filled them with blueberry jam and cream and made like Victoria sponges. They was tall but small. And that's what the kids had on my birthday. So it was a treat for them. So I'm making some caramel. So it's 80 grams, I think. 80 grams of syrup. One can of condensed milk. I get some more syrup out. One thing I don't like about squeezy bottles is you lose a bit. Yeah. 80 grams condensed milk. 100 grams of butter, 100 grams of brown sugar. And that's it for caramel, guys. It's not difficult. It just requires about 5 to 8 minutes of patience on the hob. Constantly stirring to make sure it don't catch. Because there is a lot of sugar in here. And it wants to burn, basically. I don't scrape everything out the tin because Steve likes to stick his finger in it. He likes condensed milk. Pretty sure it was 100 grams. Look at that, spot on. I bet I can't do that again. So yeah, it is 100 grams. An easy recipe, an easy one to remember. 80, 100, 100, and then you can condense milk. Like I say, you've got to stir this on the hob continuously. So this is a bit of a job for me. And when you've made it plenty of times, you know when to sort of turn the heat up to get it to thicken. But once it gets to that real bubble, I tend to turn mine down a bit so it doesn't catch. But once you've made it a couple of times, you know instinctively sort of when to do that. So, just put it on. You can see I've already done my potatoes. Small pan there for the mash. Roast potatoes in the jug. That's not sped up. See someone with chocolates from my birthday, look. Got loads of lint. Love lint. Love, love, love. Mother-in-law got me a nice hanging basket. Bless her little heart. Kids got me some chocolate. Steve got me about 3 different kinds of chocolates. So you can see how loose it is here. Although it's got that caramel colour because of the dark sugar. And I do prefer dark sugar because it's got a more depth. It's got more depth of flavour. What you're going on is consistency, not the look. Because this already looks like caramel. If that makes sense. Just keep that whisk going. Make sure you get around the edges of the pan, the middle of the pan. There was a couple of dark flecks on mine, and then I realised it was a brown sugar falling off the whisk. There you go, look, it's brown sugar. I'm thinking, what's that? Yeah, there's still some on the whisk. You can see I'm struggling to stand here and do this, but regular person wouldn't. Not that I'm not a regular person, but... You can see the consistency is changing. You need to go past that a little bit just to make sure. And I keep turning it down to make sure it doesn't like spit in my face because this is caramel, guys. It's going to hurt. I've been there, done that. You want to be able to see the whisk marks going through it. Then you know it's going to set up properly. The minute you walk away and leave this, if you decide to walk away and leave it, it'll burn. Guarantee you. Done it before. Answer the door, which is literally around the corner. Oh, now you can see that consistency. Look at that, look. That's what you're looking for. So anyway, I've literally gone outside the kitchen. The back and the front door is right in the hallway there. Come back and it's already caught on the bottom. So it's already at the consistency I want, and now I'm going to give it about another 30 seconds. Heat's come off, keep stirring until it stops bubbling. Because you've got the residual heat at the bottom of the pan. So I know now, this is going to... See, it's still bubbling up. This is going to set up nicely in in the pan. That's what you're looking for. And this just provided a thin layer. It's not going to have a super thick layer and be super sickly. There ain't much of this left either. Kids really enjoyed this. So this does set up. Once it goes cold, pop it into the fridge. And I got Steve to whip the cream for that. I ain't whipping no cream by hand, it takes ages. So it's set up, look. Just popping that cream on there. That's specially whipped cream by Steve. You could pipe this. I've piped no end of times, but it's for Sunday dinner. It's not for anything in particular. It's just for Sunday dinner, so I didn't mess about like that. And all I did was spread the cream out on top. And that was Sunday pudding. Simple. Pretty quick. Popped it back into the fridge. Take my clips off. Done the job. I pop it into the fridge. It's pork loin. I really enjoy pork loin. Steve prefers the crackling. Now if I could get a really nice pork loin with a nice bit of crackling on, that'd be perfect. Because Steve has the crackling. But this tiny little fat layer that's on these pork loins just melts in the mouth. It's not chewy, it's not disgusting. It just melts in the mouth. It's ever so nice. So that's what I'm going to do to it. I'm going to stick the probe in it and whip it in the oven. And the probe will tell me when it's cooked. And there was Sunday dinner before the gravy went on. Lovely jubbly. Steve doesn't have mash. And there was the pudding. There's a little A in the top of that. For Amy. So yeah, no waste. It was absolutely lovely. So yes, we have a Meals of the Week this week. Thank you so much for watching, guys. Let me know down in the comments what would you use leftover, apart from trifle. That was the obvious one. What you would use leftover sponge cake for, cake pops, nah, something different, and then I might try that out as well. So yeah, chat to me down in the comments, guys. Let me know if you liked how I used up the sponge, if you're going to give it a try, and don't forget to hit the like button. Oh, my voice is going. The like button, and thank you very much, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.